Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. kathyrenee here. And for those of you joining me for the very first time, my name is kathyrenee and welcome to the show. So on this episode, I am going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Volume 1 palette. She looks like this, really pretty. I'm going to open her up so you guys can see. I'm going to hold it this way so that way like the mirror doesn't catch anything, but this is how she looks like. Really pretty color story. I like that you can pretty much create anything with this. So I'm just going to give you a tutorial on this look on what I did here based on this palette. And before we go right into the episode, I just want to give you guys a friendly reminder. Just remember to hit like, hit subscribe, share this with your friends and your family, you guys. I would really appreciate that. Alright, so enough about me rambling on. Enjoy the show. Alright, we're going to be going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette volume 1. And the two colors that we're going to be going in with is C4 and C5 right over here. And the brush that I'm going to be using is a Morphe E27 brush. Alright, I dipped the brush into the palette. I did not dust it off. And it doesn't matter which color you go in with first, you still will get the same outcome. And then what I'm going to do right now is kind of like go kind of like above my lid, but where my crease is. It's going to look a little harsh and messy, but that is perfectly fine. Remember, do it a little bit at a time as well. It's going to look a little harsh. That's okay. I'm doing the windshield wiper motion. And then what I'm going to do right now to finish blending it and also create a really pretty gradient, which I think is important, is do little circles. Always do your little circles if you feel like something is just way too harsh. And when in doubt, do little circles. Trust me. This is like, to me, this is the best blending technique to get a gradient. And also the best and very like, I guess, very patient way or very satisfying way to achieve that blended look. I hope that you guys can see. I'm just doing it at a different angle right now. Just take your time with this. Remember, be very patient as well. And then something that we kind of forget to do when we're patient, have a positive thought about it. Like, think about it like, you know, this is going to come out really good. I dipped the brush back into the palette. I did dust it off. And then I'm doing the same thing like we did in the beginning. Do windshield wiper motions. And you see how it's a little harsh? That's perfectly fine, because you know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and blend that out. Blend it out, take your time, and be positive about it, and also believe in yourself. And for all you first timers out there, it's okay. You don't have to you can do this with anything, trust me. Little circles or windshield wiper motion, whatever you guys want to do. It's okay for all those first timers out there. Just keep practicing. It's okay if you don't get it the first time. That's why, you know, you gotta keep practicing, you gotta keep going, don't stop and don't give up. Alright, so next color that we're going to be going in with is D4 right over here. And the brush that I will be using is the Morphe M456 brush. I got a little excited. I started on my eye already, off camera. I apologize. I know that I did that last time. I don't know what it is. This is my passion, you guys, and I hope that you guys understand. Moving on. I dipped the brush into the palette. I did not dust it off. I'm gonna be blending at the outer corner of the lid, as you can see here. I'm just building up that color. I just do little circles. Go up a little bit, go up a little bit, but not all the way up, just a little, like where the crease is. Just go ahead and do that. And then what I do here is kind of start creating a gradient on the outer corner. And hold your mirror down as well, so that way you don't have to go like that and like that. I tend to do that a lot. Try not to do that, because over time that's gonna go ahead and create some wrinkles. Yeah, I just turned off my fan because I just realized how loud it is. But yeah, just keep blending, you guys, and take your time with this. Again, you want to create a gradient on the crease area. It doesn't matter if you go all the way into the lid. Start off in the corner of the lid, that's fine. We're going to be cutting the crease anyways. And once we cut the crease, it's we're going to go back in anyway to, to pick up on the blue shade and also create more of a gradient as well with the other pigments that we put on the lid. Okay, so I pretty much got it to where I want it to be. Sorry if this clip was really short. I'm gonna go ahead and blend everything off camera. I'm gonna do my cut crease, then we're gonna go ahead and proceed. Stay tuned. All right, so I'm back from cutting my crease. Next color that we're going in with is A1 right over here. And the brush that I'm using is the M522 brush. All right, I dipped the brush into the palette. I'm not going to dust it off. I'm gonna look down on my mirror here, and I'm just gonna be pressing her on here. She's like a light pigment, so you may want to press down, but take your time pressing down, and at the same time be gentle with your eye. And then what you want to do is just like, don't put it all over the lid unless you want to. That's, you know, at the end of the day, this is your look. You're gonna rock it however you want to, but to achieve this look that I'm showing, just put it like half of the cut crease that we did. I just keep pressing it on there. All right, so I dipped the brush back into the palette. I'm not dusting it off. We're still gonna do what we did last time. Keep pressing on to the lid here. And just look down. You don't have to like squint or anything, or make your eye open, or raise your brows, because we are trying to prevent wrinkles over here. All right, so I think we're good to go. And then what you want to do, like what I'm doing right now, is just kind of like start creating that gradient. So I'm going to do it like on a little bit on the outer corner, but not a lot, because we're going to be blending it out anyway. And I want that base to be there, because when we go back in the blend, that's already going to be there, and it's already going to blend, and we're going to start creating that gradient. If you want to do it on the inner part of the lid, you can. I'm not going to do that yet. All right, so next color that we're going in with is E1 right over here. And the brush that I'm going to be using is the M522 brush. This is a different brush, it's not the same one. All right, if you guys kind of see, I almost started, I caught myself. Sorry for starting without you guys, but I didn't forget about you guys. Moving on. I dipped the brush into the palette. I did not dust it off. All right, we're still gonna have the mirror at an angle down here, so we could just look down. We don't have to strain or anything. And what I'm doing right now is just packing in where the crease is, and be careful. And the reason why I tell you this is because we don't want this color or pigment getting to where the crease area is. We want to create that gradient, and also like that line almost where the crease area is, where that line is. We want to create that, we want to put color on the line so we can differentiate, you know, the purpley brown color with this cut crease area over here. And of course, if you want to blend down, you can. If you want to blend here like back and forth, that's what I'm gonna do right now. So we can create that gradient. Gradients are your best friend, you guys. And I'm not dipping back into the palette yet. I just want to take advantage of the color that I have here. I dipped the brush back into the palette. I did not dust it off. What I'm doing is I'm looking down, and I'm just packing her on here. Packing her on here lightly. And of course, please be gentle to your eyes, you guys. Just pack like on the inner area of your eye. If you want to go all over the place, that's up to you. I'm going to go ahead and be in the middle here and blend down back and forth. Again, we want to create this gradient. And I appreciate a good gradient. That's just me. And please be careful on the crease area and take your time. And for all of you first timers out there, take your time, be patient with it, believe in your look, and as you're being patient, just think good thoughts like, I'm gonna do this, I can do this, you know. And let's say if you guys mess up, let's say if anybody messes up, it's okay to mess up. That's why you get up and try again, like that Aaliyah song. And I'm telling you, do it, try it again, keep learning. Learn from that mistake. Okay, this is the mistake that I made. Okay, moving forward, I'm not gonna make that mistake. Like that. That's how you learn. And I didn't get like this overnight. I got here by practicing, overcoming, you know. All right, so I'm pretty much satisfied with this. I'm gonna go ahead and blend everything out off camera. I'm gonna come back with eyeliner, and then I'm gonna show you guys what lashes I'm going to use. Stay tuned. Alright, so I went ahead and did my eyeliner off camera. The eyeliner that I use is from NYX Professional Makeup, the Epic Ink Liner. It looks a little something like this. Usually what I do is I put like, with the eyeshadow as well, because it's an easier cleanup, I usually put like a tape, and then I look in the mirror at the bottom here, and I just like do like a line, and I just like fill it in. And I even it on my other eye as well. I haven't filmed that yet because I want to get like a really good angle as I do it. Normally I do it with usually the handheld mirror. I don't really do it on there well, but I do it well on my mirror here, and I don't know, I haven't set it up yet, and I don't have a lot of space yet, so hopefully in the future I have more space and I'm able to film how I do my eyeliner for you guys. But moving on, we're gonna move on to lashes. The lashes that I'm gonna be using is from Beauty Creations, the 3D mink lashes in the style Queen right over here. I don't know if you guys can see that. All right, I'm gonna put on my lashes. On top of that, I'm gonna finish putting on the rest of my face. And then as soon as I'm done with all of that, I'm gonna do that off camera, of course, because I don't wanna bore you. But then we're gonna finish up on the eyes. So stay tuned. All right, so I'm back. Thank you guys so much for waiting on me. I really appreciate you guys. So we're gonna move on to finishing the eyes. All right, so the next colors that we're gonna be going in with is D2 and D4 right over here. And the brush that I'm going to be using is a Morphe M321 brush. I dipped the brush into the palette. I did not dust it off, and it doesn't matter which color that you go in because we're still gonna have the same outcome. Now I'm holding my mirror like this because I want you guys to see, and I don't want it to be easy for me. And I noticed that the camera hasn't blurred out, so that's a good thing. So basically what you want to do is go to do your lower lash line, drag it back and forth, and of course be gentle with your eye. Now just a disclaimer, a little bit of product may go inside your eye, and that's okay, because I understand that eyeshadow is not meant to be inside of your eye, but if it accidentally gets into your eye, it'll be fine. You won't like die or anything. So please do this at your own risk. You don't have to do this step, but I just choose to do this. Alright, so I dipped the brush back into the palette. I only dipped it in D2, and I'm gonna go just still on my lash line area, bottom lash line area. And I just want to give it this really glittery effect. It's really pretty. I think it makes your eyes look very pretty. So I'm just going to be working on that. Alright, so I'm pretty much done. I'm going to go ahead and fix my hair, put something on my lips. So I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so this is the final outcome. Thank you guys for making it to the end. I really appreciate each and every one of you. So I'm going to go ahead and look down so you guys can see what's going on here. This is my interpretation of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Volume 1 palette. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. Let me know if you guys recreate this look or just use the palette in general. Let me know how you feel about it. I'm going to keep doing like more looks with this. What I like about the palette is it's very versatile. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and use it more. And the color store is really pretty if you guys haven't seen it. Alright, so this was just like the eye tutorial on how I got here. My interpretation of it, of course. And just remember, you guys, makeup is an art. It doesn't have to be a type of way. It's as long as you like it and as long as you're confident about it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to my subscribers. I love each and every one of you guys. Alright, see you guys on the next show.